Uh, Om Shanti. Good morning, Divine Family. So we will be continuing the same Murli that we started 2 days ago. Um, the the fortune of body, mind, wealth, and people. So today we'll be reading the day 3 part. Just to give a quick recap on what we have read so far. So Baba mainly talked about the four types of fortune, fortune of the body, mind, and fortune of wealth, and also the relationship. So when it comes to body, so body that, free from any sort of obstacles, right? Becoming, there should not be any obstacles, so we will be uh, settling or the karmic account sufferings, right? That that is still continuing. So the um, a yogi does not really talk about the illness or the sufferings. So they will transform the karma book. So that is the suffering of karma into karma yoga, so yoga in action. And then the mind is again, Baba said, how to make the mind free or mind to remain cheerful and light. So what all we need to take care of. So how to remain free from any sort of a desire, and the whole practice is for us to become Manmanabhav, right? So there we experience one Father, none other, and wealth is again meaning not not having the physical wealth or not having not becoming uh, becoming millionaires or billionaires here. So, um, so we don't, the basic things will be completed. The basic needs will be completed. Service, task, always receive support. And when it comes to the relationships, yes, we get the fortune of cooperation and love from almost 90% of the people, and the remaining 5% is the karmic account that needs to be settled. And so Baba says that we need to settle that with good wishes and pure feelings. Okay, and they remain happy with everyone. So so there are no questions, right? So the Baba also highlighted the danger of the question why, so that creates a lot of problem. Asking why did this happen, right? Create a queue or waste thoughts within us. And these questions, consume a lot of our energy, waste a lot of our time. And yeah, Baba highlighted on becoming Ji Hazur. Yes, my Lord, for anything and everything. Ji Hazur, just obeying what Baba says, right? Even today's Murli is also the same. So becoming Hukume Hukum Chala Raha Hai. So Baba highlighted in today's Sakar Murli the same thing. And today, in the third part of the Murli, Baba is mainly highlighting, I mean, meeting Punjab and Haryana group. So there, Baba is telling what is a Mahavir, what is a Jnani soul and Yogi soul, how knowledge is becoming light, and yoga, that is connection with Baba, is becoming might. And also Baba is um, saying what is the meaning of pass with honor and who will pass with honor, who can become uh, who can take full marks in all subjects. And yes, of course, the sanskar of becoming uh, complete, right? Where we become or where we become Samban Sambur. So pass with honor. So without further ado, let's get started in today's part. Let me share the screen. Just give me a minute. I'll share the screen. Bapdada speaking to the Punjab, Haryana, and Himachal group. Uh, do all of you consider yourself to be Mahavir and Mahavirnis? You're Mahavirs, but are you always Mahavirs, or are you sometimes a Mahavir and sometimes weak? Always to be a Mahavir means always to be a lighthouse and might house. So Baba says to be a Mahavir, right? So always being might house and lighthouse. Knowledge is light and yoga is might. So a Mahavir means a Jnani and yogi soul, one with knowledge and one with the yogi. That means one with might. Knowledge and yoga, both of these powers should be filled with light and might. This is called being a Mahavir. Under no circumstances should there be a lack of knowledge, that is, a lack of light, right? Nor should might. That is, yoga be lacking. If even one is lacking, you won't be able to pass in those circumstances in a second. So, if you lack any piece of knowledge or if you lack any clarity, right, then it takes time to cross that circumstances. You know, it will be lacking. You won't be able to pass in those circumstances in a second. You, it will take you time. You will pass, but if you don't pass on time, then what have you passed in? Right? So it takes time to pass. So basically, our intention is to pass in a second, right? Because the paper that we are going to see in future is going to be of 1 second, right? That's the last paper. So if we take time, then it will not be. It's not called pass with honor. In a worldly education too, now Baba is giving an example here. In a worldly education too, if you fail any one subject, you have to study that class for the whole year again. If you passed after 1 year, then that is time gone by, isn't it? In the same way, those who are not jnani and yogi souls, that is, those who are not embodiments of light and might, take time to pass in any situation. Okay, so those who are not embodiment of light and might, that means not being Mahavir, cannot having the clarity of yoga and uh, Jnana and yoga, knowledge and yoga, and then it takes time for them. So they will not be called an embodiment of light and might. So they take time to pass any situation. If you develop the sanskars of not passing on time, then those sanskars will not allow you to pass fully in the final moments too. So you are those who pass. Are you? You are not those who pass on time. So Baba is also not emphasizing to pass by taking time, right? We should pass in a second. So that's the difference between pass with honor and just becoming, pass, getting pass mark. So those who always pass fully on time are said to be those who pass with honor. Those who always pass fully That means taking full marks, right? On time. So that has to be on time. And are said to be those with pass with honor. To pass with honors means even Dharmaraj will honor that soul. Another quality is Dharmaraj will also honor that soul. There won't be punishment for that soul, even in the land of Dharmaraj. It will be remembered that that soul passed with honors, right? That's why the number is very less, right? Those who pass with honors, they are just eight, right? In order to pass with honors, don't allow yourself to lack any sanskar. So now Baba is saying how we can pass with honor. So in order to pass with honors, don't allow yourself lack any sanskars, nature, virtues, or powers in any situation. To become complete in all situations means to pass with honors. So all of you become like that, or are you becoming that? So somebody said, so Baba is asking, all of you have become that, or are you becoming that? So somebody answered, we are becoming that. Okay, this is why distraction, now Baba is saying, soon after they replied, this is why distraction is still waiting to happen. You have stopped it. Before the destruction of the world, that is, before the transformation, there has to be the destruction of the weakness of Brahmins. So the first destruction is to happen is weaknesses in Brahmins, right? That should get wiped out, or that destruction has to happen. The weakness of Brahmins. So we should finish all the weaknesses, right? If weaknesses of Brahmins are not destroyed, then how can the destruction, that is the transformation of the world, take place? Hmm? So if the destruction has not happened, then the transformation will not take place. So you Brahmins are images of support for transformation. Now Baba is meeting the Punjab zone. Those from Punjab, okay, Haryana and Himachal should get ready first, right? So Baba is asking them to get ready on this. So you who are not, you who are to bring about the final, right, are not ready, and this is why the terrorists have become ready. Okay, so are all of you those who will claim the first number, or will you be content with whatever you receive? You don't think that you are better than many others, do you? You are better anyway, but you have to become the best of all. Hmm? Okay, so not just becoming better, but become the best of all. You have become a handful out of multi-millions. That means you have become Brahmins, right? So you have become mm, the handful out of multi-millions. But that is not a big thing. For you to have become the selected few of the handful. Okay. So what is that? But that is not a big thing. For you have to become the selected few of the handful. So that is where the pass with honor is being the selected out of a handful. So we are anyway handful out of multi-millions, but Baba says out of that we have to become the selected one. This is why you always have to be ever ready. You must not be ready at the end. So to become that, you must be ever ready. So you must not be ready at the end. To be ever ready means to be always ready. If you say that you are becoming that, you are not making intense effort. Mm. So becoming means you are not making intense effort. The father's vision, first of all, first fell on Punjab, did it not? Since the father's vision first fell on you, you have to claim the first number. Mm. So the last million was also Punjab was there, Punjab zone was there, right? Many were present in from Punjab zone. So Baba says, Punjab, right? So since Father's vision first fell on you, you have to claim the first number. You're those of the foundation. The foundation is always strong. If the foundation is weak, the whole building becomes weak. So always remember the blessing that you are those who will those who will pass with honors in every situation, right? Every situation. Underline that word, every situation. So you are those who um Achha, so Baba says, remember this blessing that you are those who will pass with honors in every situation. The method for this is to remain ever ready. The biggest zone of all is Madhuban. Okay, Baba is addressing the Madhuban Nivasis. The biggest zone of all is Madhuban. The real home of all Brahma Kumars and Kumaris is Madhuban, is it not? The home of souls is the supreme abode, right? The home of souls is the supreme abode, Niragara Lok, right? But the home of Brahmins is Madhuban. So you are not from Amritsar or Ludhiana, right? You are not from Punjab or Haryana. For your permanent address is Madhuban. All the rest are service places. Even if you are living at home with your family, that is also a service place and not your home. Your sweet home is Madhuban. Do you believe this, or do you remember that home of yours, your physical home? Acha. So it's a very, yeah, small one. Okay, so Baba reminding us that our home, the actual home is Madhuban, not the physical home that we are staying. So the home of the soul is Parandam, incorporeal world. But being a Brahmin, the home of a Brahmin is Madhuban, not the physical place where we are living. That is our service place. So Baba highlighted that. So with that, we complete the Murli. So this Murli, and now let's take a minute of silence and then um, come back and ready to share the takeaways that that we'll be practicing the whole day today. Yeah, Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba. Yes. Om Shanti. So, so today's, the self-respect is someone that we can practice is Mahavir, right? So, who's Mahavir? So, the one with knowledge, knowledgeful, and the might, right? Yogi soul. So, Jnani means the one with light, and Yogi is the one who's constantly connected to the Father. So, there you get might. Knowledge will, of course, bring clarity in what we see and what our understanding is. But whereas the yoga is going to increase the power, soul become powerful, right, by having a constant connection with the Father. So, and yeah, I see some sharings, some chats from Girija Ben. So I quickly read that. I, Shakti, am always a Mahavirni soul. I'm lighthouse and might house. Okay. I'm a knowledgeful and yogi soul. I am filled with light and might. I pass with honor. Final moment. Even the Mirage salutes and honor me. Very nice. Yeah. Thank you, Girjaben, for that. Yes, it's a good thought that, we are Mahavir souls. So Mahavir, doesn't really have any sort of a fear, or they don't have any, they don't lack anything, right? So they pass everything, situations, not taking time. That's very important. So we should not take too much of time to pass these situations. It has to be real quick. So Baba said that somebody, even in worldly education, somebody is not doing good in any one subject and they fail, right? They will study one more year, right? So that's not how it has to happen here, right? So situations will come. So we have to quickly find a solution to that situation. Baba said it has to come on time. So delay means we are losing time there, right? So they are not passing with honor. So if you're taking time and passing, so we have to become ever ready for that. Any other sharings from anyone? Any other takeaways?
Om Shanti, Bijit Bhai.
Yes, Om Shanti. Kirchana, go ahead.
Even though we speak of this Mahavir, me and all, I went back to the original name, Mahavir. This Mahavir over here, which Baba is saying, it's an adjective, the most courageous one. Even in yesterday's Murli, Baba spoke about the one who I give courage. Like I was just reading, it shocked me. Baba said, I give courage to everyone. It's like, a law of supply. Baba is supplying us himmat. But if I don't use it, if there's no demand for it, if I don't use it, Baba will take it back. I cannot expect that supply always to be there. He'll take it back. So he gives me himmat, and if I don't have that courage. But over here, I went back to the original name Vardhaman Mahavir, the Jain sect founder. It's so, if really one were to go to this Jain origin, Maha means great, and Veer means hero or brave. So he is a great, brave, courageous soul. So if we really go through Jainism and study about Mahavir, study about his story, Like he was the most courageous.
Hello?
Any,
I,
yeah,
yeah, I think your voice was not audible for some time.
no,
Yes. Okay.
okay. Like why Baba didn't mention, does he mention about that Mahavir of Jainism? Because Baba generally, when sometimes he touches even the Shankaracharyas, like the other day he said, the people they'll watch you, and like Shankaracharya, they'll put you on a silver chair. So I was just trying to find out whenever Baba uses this word Mahavir, Mahavirni, does he touch upon the Jainism Mahavir? Because his part in the religion movement, among the most Jainism movement, is something very unique. Absolute, what we call it as renunciation, if one has to see, it's in Jainism. That was one thing which I was taking. Then what is Mahavirni? So here, Mahavirni, there is no Jain prophet and all with the word Mahavirni. So again here, as I've always said, I remember, I don't know who was the brother who said that we have to only think ourselves as souls. That's okay. But still, when Baba addresses us, he still gives this physical thing, the female form, the male form. That's why he always uses the male form of Mahavir and Mahavirni. So, what is this Mahavirni? And my churning went to the present moment, Navaratri, Shaktis. So maybe I said a Shakti, who is Shakti? So I was just trying to share, how the small thing of Mahavir and Mahavirni, I went down to its origin. So Mahavir is the Mahavir is
Again, your sound is not coming.
and
Kesavan.
I was just trying, I think, to share about this Mahavir. That was one thing. So if you could also add something more on this Mahavirni. I just took two meanings of this, even though Baba, is talking here, the quality. But I went to like even sometimes, Baba uses the word Maharathi. Then there he doesn't say, of course, Maharatini, he doesn't say. Maharathi, the elephant rider. So just this vocabulary thing I was working on. If you could also share something about this Mahavir, Mahavirni,
Okay. Yeah, anybody wants to add Mahavir and Mahavirni? So, and you also said that chain, right? So their religious founder is Mahavir. And of course, Mahavir is always connected to showing that courage. And yesterday, you like rightly pointed out that yesterday's Murli, Sakar Murli was mainly focusing on the courage, right? To remain pure, you need courage, right? Because this is completely a different path that we are, going. So to implement this all worldly, whatever law, whatever customs and systems and the tradition and what Baba is giving, the knowledge and the practice, right? For one to uplift that and live through it, then they definitely need courage. Without courage, um, living a BK life, you might be able to live an ordinary BK life, but like somebody, Baba says, Mahavir or Mahavir. So this sort of life, living, you need to have that courage. And Baba, there are so many Murlis also. Baba talk about this courage, and where there is one step of courage, then thousand steps of thousandfold help from Baba we get. So Mahavir is, yes, I also feel it is always referring that courage, how much courageous you are, right? And courage is also a quality, right? A great, it's a, the more soul consciousness that we have, right? Or we know or we start feeling that, right? Then we become more courageous because the fear comes out of body consciousness, right? So uh, courageous mean in order to gain courage, of course, I suppose we need to become more. We have to practice soul consciousness, and that the conscious shift has to happen from body to soul. And Mahavir and Mahavirni is, I also think it's just the referring the male and the female. Um, just that, I feel when Baba is referring the brothers, right? So then it is Mahavir, and when Baba is referring the Madas and the the instrument souls, sisters, then it is Mahavirni, is I suppose. There also it is, yeah, someone has to demonstrate their spiritual courage. And just like in the history, we have so many Jhansi Ranis, right, where they have showed courage to change some of the society um, challenges or society problems. Right? So they are later given the title of Mahavirni, Jhansi Rani, in other words. Anybody have any other thoughts to share on this?
But you
Mm.
were speaking only about that. But if you see,
Mm-hmm.
even if Baba has spoken about, if you see this real life of Mahavir, he was never that courageous one. Like, see, they were all called as what they were called Tirthankaras. These his name was Vardhaman Mahavir, but Tirthankara means the saviors who come to save humanity. And among the Jainism, see, he was born as a prince, just like Gautam Buddha was born as a prince. But Gautam Buddha was not called Mahavir. He was called as an enlightened one because he got enlightened under the Bodh Gaya. But this person, Mahavir, the question of courage was never there. He had non-violence, self-restraint. That way they say, no, the picking up the hair and all that, tolerance and all he had. So that his role was different. His role was as a Tirthankara. So, but to take it as a courage, so that means you're right. Baba is not referring here at all to the Jainism aspect. Because whenever Baba mentions Mahavir, I suddenly go down to that Tirthankara because his life is itself the Jainism life. If you read as the last Tirthankara, it is a different one, Mahavir's. That's why I just wanted. Okay, let's see if anyone else has got any idea.
Yeah, sure. Any other sharings or anybody wants to add on to what Kirjaben has just brought out on the topic of Mahavir? Any other points which touched you and would like to carry for the rest of the day with you?
I like what Vinod Bhai has written. Bijit Bhai. I really like that. He's saying that Dilwara temple
Raj. Yeah, so Vinod Pai says the Dilwara temple at Abu Raj.
uh,
There was an
yeah,
existing influence of Jainism in Rajasthan that's got
yeah.
have spilled okay into
So he's saying maybe,
vocabulary of Baba. Yeah.
but who? Brahma Baba, poor fellow, has got no right on any Murli and all. But yes, Jainism temple, it's got a great influence because it's there. And even those idols, if you go down and see, the guides explain. If you see the tilak over there, actually it's a Jain temple, predominantly Jain temple built by Jainism, if you see. But how they also show the gyan in that, especially the tilak and the sealing and those Maharathis and all those three stages of human thing in the front. I think, yeah, maybe. I think Baba got influenced it. Okay, you were asking, is there any other point? Now, as nothing is there in the Murli, if it is okay, see, we all read about this fourth thing, this fortune of body, fortune of mind, fortune of wealth. That's something which you have done. But saying fortune of relationships, if really you could add what we should keep in mind, how we can say that we are the best, like that we are the special gift. See, he is included Brahmin family, Lokik family, and those Lokik relationships, Alokik relationships. So, how best can we use this fortune given by Bhagavad in the confluence age? That was actually a very heavy paragraph. And the most important fortune, also, I think, if you could just throw Lokik relationships and souls who come in alokik relationship. Then, of course, Baba spoke about that 95%, 5%. If, as there is still time, little time, if you could just share Bijit Bhai or anyone else on that paragraph, it would
Hmm.
be a nice revision for us. Om Shanti.
Anybody would like to add? So
Shanti, brother,
yes, Vinod Bhai.
I'm a little late to the Murli,
I think
but
this
for
part was
readers,
read yesterday. Yeah.
I, I feel, majority of us blame the world for it being crooked, for it being, for all the reasons that Kali Yuga is for. But if at least 95% of the people could help one another, it could make the people existing in Kali Yuga also to feel that the world is still a better place to live because there's no other place to go and live for that simple reason. If people could at least feel 95% of the people are helping them in one way or the other, despite whatever good or bad they have done, that would still make them survive in this world. That's why, if they have that attainment and relationships of having goodness, they would live in the world. Baba probably is talking about that. Shanti.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, very good. Thank you, Vinod Bhai. So a relationship is so we need to get that better, right? So here Baba is emphasizing 95 percentage support, right, from Laukik and also Alaukik. So just the 5 percentage sometimes, because of the karmic accounts, or it could be because of the um their sanskars, the 5 percentages, they have the very deep rooted some sanskar which they have to work upon, right? So when they have that, right, so they may not be able to see the goodness of people. They would that also is actually giving them trouble, but still that 5%, right? So there, we some people lack. So I think this was highlighted in one of the Murli, right? So where Prakash Mani Dadi was asked, and I think Dadi said 95%, right? The people of support. Then Baba also said the 5%. And so the 5% is, it could be the relationship, right? The old karmic accounts, which is actually getting cleared, or um, the person who's having that problem or finding difficulty. It's their, I don't know, is it something that they have to work on, or both of us will have to work on? um yeah, it's based on, if let's say I'm hearing it from others, the 5% is then something that I still have a margin, or still need to work upon the self to get to better, so that hope is still there, right? That I need to get better, I'm not perfect.
Bijit Bhai,
Mm-hmm.
you were asking who, I or others for 5%. It is a you. Because see, in the paragraph, Baba said, you are the creator of this you. Because
I think Rijaben, there's some signal problem at your side.
oh, see, I'll just repeat. You were
Mm-hmm.
asking whose responsibility. See, in the paragraph, Baba mentions it is you, because you are the creator of this queue. You created the creation. You have to sustain it. You cannot avoid giving that sustenance. You have to give time and energy. That's why I said that's a responsibility for us. See, for mind also, what Baba responsibility he gave. For wealth also he gave. But here you are responsible. You have to look after these people. Among, so every day you have to see Brahmin family. What is that question which I get? How did I settle? Lokic family. The questions, because they are all your creation. If you avoid them, it's going to go into waste. This is what Baba says, have this birth control. So it is our responsibility. So this last fortune which Baba spoke, it's not an easy one. See, your wealth, your mind and body, so much knowledgeful soul. So every day we have to sit and check this fortune for that 5%. So 5% is our responsibility, not their responsibility. I think that's what I took it. That's why I said this needed a deep thinking. We should not think, oh, that 5% will like karmic settle ho jayega. No. I have to give time and energy. I have to give sustenance because I created this 5%. That's what I think when that's why I said that paragraph if you just see in the last one where Baba says, you are the creator.
Okay.
Correct?
So, yeah, so
I
5%
don't know.
is,
See, he has written something in the chat box 5% India. I couldn't understand. Vinod Bhai.
The total population in India ka 5% if we take, sister, it'll run into
Oh,
lakhs. Yeah.
no. Population. Okay, India. No, I when here Baba mentions, it is the whole world. But you just see when what are we doing for it? Leave alone Brahmin family. I think even Lokik, Alokik we can do. This 5% of the Brahmin family settling, that's why Baba always says these four certificates. Certificate from the family is the greatest certificate.
yeah,
Because even they are, it's a
90,
horizontal relationship, no?
right? So,
Even Bijit Bhai is
95,
Baba's child, Vinod Bhai is Baba's child. All of them are Baba's child. Both of them get up at Amrit Vela. Both of them read the Murli. Both of them go for Avyak Murli class. So it's a horizontal relationship. So how do I know that I'm aligned with the Dharma?
Okay, so I think Girijaban, there is some problem from your side, I suppose, because you're on and off. Sometimes you are able to hear you, sometimes not. So, so yeah, I got what you're saying. The 5% is something that we need to settle at the karmic account. So I was saying that the 95 percentage itself, if we are able to satisfy, right, that itself is a great achievement. And yes, and when it comes to the 5 percentage, I was thinking that, see, the other person might take it in a wrong way, but I might take it the correct way. I may not have any bad feeling or any bad thoughts about that person, that 5%. Maybe I have always good wishes and good feeling, pure feeling for them. But when they still hold um, any bad feeling about me, so it could be because that their sanskar is something that they have to work on. But if I think that it is they have to work on, that is again a problem from my side. That is also true. Okay. So, uh, yes, Vinod
Shanti
Bhai,
brother,
you
if I
would
may
like to
add,
add something? Yes, yeah.
yeah, the teachers and senior dadis used to
Mm-hmm.
say, I'd been to Madhuban some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
There, even we had a few problems, brothers and sisters not keeping up to the Maryada there. And I had heard senior brothers advising that they cannot be still taken out of yajna for the very reason that they have contributed a lot. And this conflict is going to happen to filter out the best ones to live there. So the only method is to accommodate them, and they themselves are also settling these karmic accounts with them. So that's why, in the later part of the Murli, they say, teachers, do you know this? Do you understand this? Does this appeal to you? The Because somewhere or the other, that relationship and connection will bring them into turmoil somewhere or the other. So we have to let go of that 5% of people thinking it is my karmic account and settle it in the most amicable way. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you, Shanti.
Yeah, yeah, very nice. So especially,
Just to tell Vinod, he was talking about a few years back. I think it's not just few, it was in 2008 or 9, I don't know, before the Adiji left her body. There was a thing in the Murli, I don't know if you have heard, where Baba mentioned the tree will shake. The Brahmin tree will shake. And all the Brahmins which you're seeing now will not be there. A new phases will be there, but the tree will shake and the weak ones will go. So I remember that time we all used to be in caution to see, and we used to hold on to the tree so that we don't fall down. I remember like that something when he spoke. It was 2008 or 9, I think. I don't know if you have heard it. It had come in the Murli also when Baba said Brahmin tree kahalchal, and there were classes even on it. So that
yeah,
5%, I think it will be there. It will be there because the tree has to be pruned because there has to be solar kala.
yeah. Even I have heard. I also heard the same. And the Brahmin is also a dharma, right? That's also a religion. And according to this uh, to the law, this religion, the Brahmin religion, also will become Tamo Pradhan. Right. So we are seeing that now. So becoming Tamo Pradhan means the customs and systems, the following will become those who follow the practice or the discipline, right, there will be a difference. So not everyone will follow it accurately, and like you said, there will be Brahmins to Brahmins, because always sanskars will um, fight, right? So because they are together for at least minimum half kalpa, right, um, throughout 5,000 years. If you check, a minimum 2,500 years they are together. So the karmic settlement is huge between Brahmins compared to the Laukik, I suppose. Right. So definitely, it maybe it takes time. Maybe that's when people are unable to tolerate and then giving up. That is what a shake is, right? And I think that is where the degradation, the dharma degradation taking place, including the including the Brahmin religion. Okay, so there was a class on that from Usha Didi. I don't exactly remember. It was way back that I've heard how the Brahmin Dharma is degrading. And in that, Usha Didi was comparing how the yajna started and how the dharnas were followed by Baba and the Dadis, and then how the shift happened from there to the current Brahmins, how they are following the customs and the systems, and the contrast Didi was saying. Okay, I think time up. So thank you everyone for sharing all your good insights. So we'll close today's session. So let's remember Baba and for 1 minute, and then let's end the session for today. Thank you so much for participating, sharing. Om Shanti. Let's remember Baba for 1 minute, and then let's end the session for today. Thank you. Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a good day. Om Shanti.